Okay,
Now
now
we're
it's
live.
saying we're live. We're
Yes.
back. We don't know what happened, and we are very, very sorry. Technology, who knew? You see the counter on your live? Because I saw that comments had halted, and I'm like, that's unusual for my commenters. So sorry. Hi, this is Jen from New York City, again with Steve. Technology, who knew? Please let us know that you can actually hear us again. And for anybody that we lost in the last few minutes, I don't know at what point that we lost each other. If somebody could come on and let us know, we would so very, very much appreciate that.
You are live. There's Sharon Jackson. Good
Good
morning.
morning, Sharon. How are you?
I have an indicator on top right that says cheat money saving. So you are live because I'm seeing the counter on
Okay.
the left.
All right, great. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. We noticed that oh, perfect. Hi, W. Sue. Hi, Christopher again. Yay.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you
Good morning.
so very, very much. Hi, Caitlin. Thank you so much. I don't know what point we got cut off, but we did, and I apologize for that. But let's see. Hi, Lisa. How you doing today? How are you?
Good morning. Hi, Adam.
Hey, Adam. How are you?
Studio.
Since Steve and I have no way of determining at this point where we got cut off, we were talking about dish liquid of all things. And basically, if you don't mind me reiterating, and maybe it's better in a way, it gives more people a chance to come on. Let's start from the beginning where I read to buy quality, then create quantity from that quality. And the best example that I could come up with is Dawn dish liquid. And Steve, you had a bottle with you. Can you be so kind to explain this again?
Okay, I myself, for your viewers, I usually buy this size right here. It's 90 ounces at Costco, Sam's, BJ's, any of your wholesale clubs. You know, I got a good deal on this. I got it on sale, $2 off. It was like 10 and a little better. Now, I'll buy that, but I will keep this size bottle right here, which is about 14 ounces, which is your nominal default. Okay. I can fill that bottle up 6.5 times, and that's concentrate. But if I choose to water it down, I might be able to get 9.
Right. That's wonderful, Steve. My rule of thumb, I'll start off, for example, with the size bottle that, if you could put that up again, the Ajax one, the size Ajax bottle. Okay. I'll start off with about that size bottle of Dawn dish liquid. And I literally get to fill up 4 to 5 future bottles of the same size. Thank you, Steve. 4 to 5 future bottles of that size. I'll put in, let's say, about 1/4 of the Dawn and fill the rest up with water. And yes, it still works. It is such a good quality product that I'm sure the Dawn people don't appreciate me saying this, but it is such a good quality product. This is not a sponsored ad, that you can stretch it that way. Lee. Hi, Jan. Hi, Steve. Driving home from Newport, Pulse, and using navigation, so not getting sound. Love you guys. Well, you know I love you. I've loved you my whole life.
Love you too. Love you too. Appreciate that. That's so kind.
Thank you. Adam, completely agree with you. Is the great solution to dilute with water, and it does work.
It does work. Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know what's in there, some magical stuff. Now, I was about to say, before we magically vanished from broadcast land, which I don't know what happened there, but technology, who knew? Okay. I was about to say, if you please work with what you have, don't run out and spend money you don't want to spend right now. Finish up what you have. If you have a different product and you need that extra boost and kick, watch, I have the solution. And it is a solution. It is literally a solution. Go to the Dollar Tree or use up a bottle that you have existing. By the way, don't throw away any spray bottles. Wash them out real good and repurpose them. But if you have to buy one like I had to, this is from the Dollar Tree. This is filled up with, let's say, 1 part vinegar and 1 part water. Spritz this in with your inferior dish liquid, and you're not going to believe it. It will give it a boost. But here's the trick. You must let the solution sit there all too often, right, Steve? People do this. They throw something in with soap, and 25 seconds later, they're getting rid of it. No, let it sit there 5 minutes. Let the chemicals do their job.
Right.
We're in such a hurry. No.
You know what I did want to elaborate on, coming back to the Dawn for a minute. Now,
Hi, Long Run. Love you guys. See you tomorrow on your live show. I think it's tomorrow, right?
Good morning,
Can't wait to see it.
Christine. This bottle right here is about $3, $2.80, give or take, in the store. Now, this, as I mentioned, I got it for about $10, $10.50, $10.70. I can't remember. It's been a while. But when I take that and I do that bottle, that 14-ounce bottle, if I can fill it up 8 times, basically what I acquainted to, or what it equates to, is about $1.60. And that's saving me $1.20 right there, one bottle. But if you dilute it with water, and yeah, Adam is 100% correct, it does work. Then you might make it $1.40, $1.30. You stretch it out a little bit more. Well, not only are you spending money to go get it, but then you got to include gas prices on top of that.
Okay, wait a minute. W. Sue is bringing up a legitimate point about Plus membership. Well, not really. Not really, W. Sue. Let's say you have a friend that has a membership and you don't want the commitment, or you can't afford it at that moment in time. You tag along with them. You shop with them. They pay for it with their membership, and you pay them. Shh. If you're for example, I don't have that kind of store close to me. The closest one to me is like 8 miles away, and I have to take literally a New York City subway to get there. And can you imagine carrying bulk items on a New York City subway with a lot of stairs? And I travel with a cane, in case you guys didn't know that. I use a cane to travel because I had an accident years ago. So even though I'm peppy and full of energy, I still need my cane to get around. Mm-hmm. So I've had that's my personal friends and family. So I have my cane, I'll have a wagon, and I am not getting on the New York City subway station to just go to Costco. I'm just not going to do that. So for everyone, it is not feasible. But guess what? Thank God for online shopping, right? Right, Steve?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a membership that's active right now. What I want to do, and I need to think about this in the next couple of weeks, is I'm trying to figure out between Costco, Sam's, and BJ's, which one of those 3 membership clubs benefits me the most.
That's true.
And I do know where W. Sue is going with the Plus membership. You have to pay a little bit more to get it. You do get a few more perks with it. Like Costco, if you pay $120, you get their executive membership.
Oh, are you saying an additional discount?
Well, you pay more. You pay more, but you have to spend a certain amount of money on groceries.
Oh, okay.
It's like $250 a month, and they give you incentive back. Sam's has one where you can go and shop early, but you got to spend $500. That never benefited me, so I dropped back down to just a standard, your $45 membership. But I certainly understand about the Plus membership. If it's a benefit to you,
yeah.
If you have a family almost like the Brady Bunch, not that I'm trying to promote a TV show here, even though it's as old as it is. Maybe so, but a lot of it really has to do with how much you spend on certain.
Depends on your life and lifestyle. If, for example, if you're just going to buy paper goods, aluminum foils, soaps, things like that, and you do this once every 6 months, does it pay to get a whole year membership? I think not. No. But if you could tag along with a friend with a car who has a membership and not have to get on a New York City subway station with a wagon, it's just too much. It all depends. But like I said, thank God for online shopping. That's where you can really save. W. Sue, family of one. Hey, you're a family. We're all family here.
No, I see where he's going with that. I mean, again, maybe I'm wrong about the Brady Bunch, having multiple again, I mean, it really is to each their own. But if something does not benefit me, and I can't get my full benefit from it, I'm not gonna spend the extra money. No, I'm not trying to sound like I squeak when I walk. I'm far from it. But I am a type of person that likes to get a lot of bang for their buck. I always have been. That's a definite, does that make me frugal? So be it. But
There's nothing wrong with maximizing your value. That's all it is. It's maximizing your value. Now, this sounds crazy. We're going now to switch gears to the subject of all things, cheese. Cheese. Yes, cheese. Okay. Okay, first of all, has anyone out there, or is it just a Steve or a Janet thing? When you go to the deli, okay, to the cold cut section, and let's say you buy a pound of American cheese cut freshly from the deli section. Okay. You love it. It tastes great day one. What about day two? Does anyone else besides me find it turns into this like waxy, lackluster flavor, of not offensive flavor for me? This is me. Maybe other people go through it. I find that kind of cheese good for one day. Like if you order a hero sandwich, eating it that day, fine, a sub, whatever. But the next day, it's not so good. Does anybody out there go through that? I have the solution for that. Frugal is good. Yeah, thank you, Adam. You're right. I like that. I'm going to put that one up.
Thank you, Adam. To elaborate on the frugal, especially in times like this, more so now than, say, a year ago, you want to be frugal. You have to be. You got to, because not only that, okay, people are still out of work. No fault of ours. But
don't even get me started on this year.
Yeah.
You're in Manhattan. You heard it.
But I feel like I'm watching an old Western or some truck.
Sorry. I mean, it sounds like a barge just came through the street.
But you definitely have to, you definitely want to watch where your money goes. I mean, of course, get the best value for your buck, of course. And I'm not necessarily saying get what you pay for. I mean, I try to, I'm a little better than that. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but
No, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Okay, but since we're talking about cheese, and I'm going to be specific, American cheese. Now, of course, it's a matter of preference and taste or whatever. But if I find that I'm not enjoying it and then just give it away or something, not that I wasted my money giving it away, but if I intended to buy it for myself or a family member or whatever, you're better off, in my honest opinion, going for the American cheese sliced singles, the one that's individually wrapped, the type.
Kraft singles, yeah.
Right, like that. Borden's Kraft. Some people may like it, some people may not. But the ones who do like it, it is a good value, and I'll tell you why for several reasons. Number one, did you know you can freeze that? Yes, you can. If anybody says you can't, that's not true. You could freeze it. And why is that a better option to freeze than the others? Because the other ones all stuck together, unless you individually wrap every one of those pieces. No, this is already pre-wrapped for you. And you could use it as you need it. Some people use a lot of cheese. They just leave it down. They could use it as they want it in the fridge. Fine. Some people do not use it often, but you like to keep it on hand. You never know. I also find it melts better on a cheeseburger. It melts better when you're making a grilled cheese sandwich. Works perfectly for me in an omelet, a cheese omelet. Anybody else in agreement with me about this cheese, or is it just something I go through?
Okay.
All right, I'll put that up. Well, no, I use that as an example because here's the real idea of the whole thing, Wendy. The real idea of it is to get use of what you have. Did you ever buy fresh cheese from the deli counter in August and you put it in your car and lo and behold, it's like 100 degrees out?
It will.
You go back to, right? Thank you. You go back to your house or apartment and it's one big gooey lump of melted cheese that you can't, you've done it. Been there, right?
Yes. That happened to me with mozzarella. Oh, if I may, W. Sue says American cheese is boring. If I may ask her what cheese or cheeses do you not find boring? I'm actually reaching out to what she likes. Okay, I'm seeing.
Oh, okay. W. Sue Wendy's admitting, I love it. So I'm going to put that comment up.
Now, me on the other hand, there's nothing wrong with
Well,
American.
we love you, Wendy. No matter what you do, you're a cheese. So there.
There's
Granny
no-
Prepper, good morning. How are ya? Mwah. I mean, to cheese or not to cheese? Oh, by the way, speaking of cheese, Steve, you know this about me, right? True or false? Janet loves cheese in a can. You know, don't make that face.
Not why I'm making that face. Anyway, what I
Good quality cheese, like cheese in a can. Very good quality. I do like it. It reminds me of the holidays. You know that spray cheese you put on crackers. I admit, I like it. I know it's not good quality, but I like it. Oh, good. Glad you're fine, Granny Prepper. Okay, so so you did have the experience with the mozzarella. What did you do with it? Did you end up eating it?
Yeah, I did. Well, I was in the middle of saying something, but I never got a chance to finish, which
Go ahead, Steve. You've got the platform.
I'm not necessarily an American cheese person. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm all over the place cheese-wise. I can go from mozzarella to Havarti to Gouda to Edam to provolone, Munster, baby Swiss, regular Swiss.
Yeah.
I'm just all over the map.
Honestly, my favorite, I'll get you the platform again. Honestly, my favorite is mozzarella. Good quality, fresh mozzarella.
Yeah, like Galbani or Belgioso or something of that type. Yeah, that's usually a better choice. What I have found about those cheeses is you want to eat it in moderation because it's very rich.
Oh yeah, all cheese really is like not to be too much indulged. I mean, indulge in it, but like any food. We shouldn't overdo it on any single food. I don't even care if it's so-called healthy food. Don't overindulge in anything. Balance is where it's at. So like I put what, Steve?
No, I didn't. No, I was gonna bring this up a couple of 3-4 minutes ago. One thing I do to keep the cheese like a one-time thing, like a sub, so to speak, or a hoagie, is I have been known to go to the deli. I'll get about 3 or 4, maybe 5 slices of cheese. I'll get a cut of meat like mortadella or some turkey or something or other, prosciutto if I want to spend the extra money. And then I'll go over if there's an olive bar, like the Italian olives because I do have Sicilian ancestry, I mean, my mom. I'll go over and get a little thing of olives. So I'll have olives, cheese, and my meat, and that'll be my lunch. And it's a one-time deal, no waste.
No.
No.
So W. Sue says, never too rich, too thin, or eat too much cheese. I take it you like cheese, right, W. Sue? Okay. Let's share a can of that together. The long run. Yes, I agree. Everything in moderation. Yeah.
Okay. Here's where I come in on the moderation. Everybody says when they go to lose weight, oh, but I can't have that. It's going to ruin my diet or this or that. No, incorrect. You're looking at somebody who has lost 100 pounds. Now, here's a good example. It's not cheese, but it is a dairy product. Who doesn't like ice cream, right?
Shut up about ice cream.
All right. You're welcome. Everybody says, oh, but I can't have ice cream. It's so high in fat. I have a little secret. Grab a tablespoon. Listen to this. This is good. Go and get a heaping tablespoon and eat 3 or 4 bites off of that spoon. Eat it slowly. Let your brain know that you're having it, your taste buds. And it doesn't necessarily have to be ice cream. I'm going to elaborate, Adam. It can be anything that's rich or high in calorie. You can have it. You're allowed to have anything you want. Just don't eat much of it.
No, you're right. And you're both right. because I even called up one of those Dr. Ash or whatever. He's no longer with us. He had a radio show. I said, Dr. Ash, I think I have an ice cream addiction. I called his radio show about 6 years back. He says, you don't have an ice cream addiction. He says, I think you have a low blood sugar addiction. He said, sometimes when your blood sugar is too low, your brain tells you to grab something sweet, just like an automatic response. So I kind of like retrained my brain. As of December 8th, 2019, which was my mom's last birthday last year, I said, this is my last ice cream until 1 year from now. I have about less than 1 month to go to hit my 1 year anniversary of not eating ice cream. Will I celebrate my mom's birthday even though she's not here? Yes, I will. I will honor her life. And will I have ice cream that day? Heck yeah. But it goes to show you can live without things if you make your mind up to it. And what you said, Steve, is 100%. You could also live with things in moderation and not totally deprive yourself.
The same,
so both answers.
Right. The same thing applies when you eat like snacks. If you eat potato chips or corn chips or any type of snacks, anything that you're not really supposed to have in a diet, if you do it in moderation, a handful or 6 or 8 or 10, because you're letting your body know you're getting it, but you're not overdoing it. And that really is the secret. And, trust me, it works. I would not be sitting here right now just saying it to blow smoke. It actually does work.
It does. Excuse me, Steve. Lisa Miller writes, oh, Jan, that was funny on the ice cream. I love the ice cream. I haven't had ice cream in over 2 months. Yay. Kudos to you and your ongoing weight loss journey. I am so happy for you. And we're very proud of you or anyone embarking any journey that's going to be helpful to them. Whatever the journey is. Hello, Steve. What?
No,
I can wait back. Hi, Steve. What?
What I started to say was, if you go to the store and buy Edie's slow churned ice cream, 2 things: lower in calorie, lower fat count. If you get the slow churned, you don't really notice much of a difference in taste between that Edie's and the original.
Do you know why? I know the trick, Steve.
What's the trick?
Is it actually slow churned or is it aerated? It's the same ice cream. There's no change. But I think they promote more air in there. I don't know if anybody out there, does somebody know the distinction of slow churn ice cream? I know this, you're right, and it tastes really good. How about that?
That part I can't answer. I do know that on the packaging, and you might be able to elaborate on it, it does say light ice cream.
Okay.
So whatever the end result is, but that's what it says. Light ice cream is written on the packaging.
No, I love slow churn. In my mind's eye, I don't see any distinction of taste. And I'm an ice cream. Some people are wine connoisseurs. I'm an ice cream connoisseur. Haven't had it in 11 months and less than a year, but who's counting? I really didn't feel the difference. What I did eat a lot more of in its place was homemade yogurt. I needed my dairy fixed. Violet Henning says, I am not a sugar person. Good for you, my dear. I hate sugar. Even better. But carbs is my problem. Do you like have difficulty with any issues with carbs, Violet? Like you find it disdainful or something? Wow. Okay. Everybody's, got their thing. For myself, I've lost tons of weight on low carb plans. But then I felt not right. And then I found it to be best for me to have at least 60 grams per day, not 0. 0 for Jan in New York City does not work. 60 grams per day. How about you, Steve? What's your level of carb?
I'm in the same area between 50 and 60, I have found.
So Lisa's congratulating you there.
Oh, thank you for that. It's a long story. I mean, it goes back to 2004. It was a life change decision for me. Again, I know this is not in the topic matter, but another thing that I did cut out of my diet that I don't urge people to drink it. If you don't drink it, more power to you. Sodas. As soon as I got off drinking soda, I was up to 3 liters a day. The weight just started dropping off like 3 and 4 pounds a week.
You know something, Steve? Soda, excuse me, could probably be its own show. Steve, you had mentioned on a prior live, like the negative effects of soda. You used a certain chemical that was like really bad. What was that?
Phosphoric acid in colas, RC, Coke, Pepsi, whatever type of. I'm pretty sure Dr. Pepper and Mr. Pibb and all of that has it too. You know, A&W, all of it, or IBC, whatever root beer you want to call it, has phosphoric acid. Guess what it does? It's a calcium depleter. So as you're drinking soda, you're sapping the calcium out of your system.
Oh, that's not good. Especially as we get older. I mean, not that you have to worry, you're at 46, but when you hit like the big 62, like I will next month with the help of God, you start worrying about stuff like that. Lisa Miller said, congratulations, Steve, on your weight loss. Thank you, Jan. Love you. You know I love you, Lisa. You know I do. We're good friends. Love you. The long run. I have bought those individual size ice cream before and ate it like that, Steve. A spoon or two every day. Yes.
Those little individual, portion control is another one. Again, it plays with moderation. And yeah, thank you for pointing that out. I'm glad that Joel and Christy mentioned that because it does work. Even if you eat 3 or 4 bites of it rather than sit down and eat a whole portion in a bowl, you're letting your brain know that you're getting it, your taste buds. As long as you're, because the last thing you want to do on a diet, you don't want to binge. If you want it, have it. Just have a little bit of it, and you're good to go. Trust me on that.
I will. I have to mention something to anybody watching. If you've never headed over to the Long Run with Joel and Christy, so much information, grocery hauls, recipes of the week. And I have to brag about this, Joel and Christy. I mean, Joel, a New York City marathon runner, even though you're not a New Yorker, you ran in the New York City marathon. I'd say that's pretty impressive. If not very, they're going to do a live tomorrow, 2:00.
Oh,
if you like our live, you love their live.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I will be there, guaranteed, with bells on. We will be there.
Now,
hoping you could get there too.
According to this Long Run with Joel and Christy and Adam, they're in agreement. No light anything. Well, I agree with that. Like certain light foods, don't bother with it. You can still accomplish the same goal. Look at your nutrition facts. Look and see what a serving is. You can always.
I'm sorry, I have to laugh, Steve. Keep going with that, and then I'll tell you why.
What I was about to say is you could always look at your nutrition facts and look at the servings for one serving. You can always cut it in half.
Aha! Which brings us back to our money-saving tips. But what I wanted to say, why I giggled, well, if not outright, not laughing at you, my dear, laughing at what manufacturers consider serving size.
Oh, yeah.
Be careful of what, reality serving size versus their idea, manufacturer's idea of serving size. It reminds me even of shampoo people. Wash, use shampoo, rinse, lather, put on it again, do it again. Why? Why in goodness name must I repeat the process? It takes up time. It's more chemicals on your hair. It costs you more money. I'll tell you why. So use their product faster. So buy more. So their idea of a serving size versus your realistic idea of a serving size, always work with what works for you.
Agree.
Now let's talk. We're going to shift back gears again. I want to talk to you a second about the rule of half for a second. I love bagels, and everybody knows my bagel story from a couple of years ago. I used to waste a ton of money buying outside bagels. Okay, those days are long over. So yesterday, I got Thomas's Bagels. Again, this is not a sponsored ad, but I love them. Thomas's Bagels. It was the everything one. But I said, these are really huge. Really, really huge. So I made up my mind. What I'm going to do is just only use half. Have half of the bagel. Keep it wide like that. And like I made 2 scrambled eggs this morning and I put it open face on top of my bagel. I didn't need to have the top with it. I don't know how many bagels are in there. Is it 7 or 8? There's a lot of bagels in there. I think there might be 8. Whatever, they're huge. So let's pretend that the quantity is 6. You have slowed it down by just going half at a time. You effectively turned it into 12 servings. Aha! Well, there's a situation where you are changing the serving size. You are slowing up the rate. Have you ever done things like that, Steve, with the breads or bagels or muffins or anything?
Actually, I have, and I will say that 8 or 9 years ago, now I knew what a normal bagel was. I knew about the white and the wheat and the blueberry and the onion and all your normal variety. And a good friend of mine, I haven't seen her in a few years, but I might consider at some point, if things ever come back to somewhat normal. She introduced me to, here, Steve, try this everything bagel. What is it? It's got all these little seeds and everything on top of it. And I was impressed. It was like multigrain, and I might be a little sarcastic here. It was like multigrain bread or multigrain bagel on steroids. It was different, but it was good. And if you cut it in half, and I have a little trick out, and I need to come over to just regular sliced bread. If you take one piece of bread and do what you want to it, but then when you get through doing, fold it over, fold it. You're still getting a sandwich, but your carbs are cut in half. That would.
I love that.
And
guess what else you're doing, Steve? You're slowing down the rate of usage, right?
That also helps Violet out in that respect, because she said she has an issue with carbs. So if you use one slice of bread and then just fold it over, you've cut. So instead of 20 plus with 2 slices, it's only 11 or 10. See my point?
And Violet Henning, by the way, has her own channel. If you're into photography, please head over there. And soon, Violet Henning is going to be a guest on the show. So we have to just work out the details, okay? Yeah, okay. So that, the rule of half works. Now, butter. Okay, right now is prime time to stock up on butter because the holidays. Generally speaking, the price of butter goes on a great sale, usually during the month of November. Canned goods, butter, if you love those box stuffing mix, I admit it, I'm not going to be a snob about it. I like that box stuffing mix. It's easy. It always comes out good, works for me. That mix goes on sale right now. This is the time to stock up and save on the things you like. But Steve, does it make sense to stock up on things your family doesn't really like?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time I don't know if this is right or not, but I have been known to go out and buy things that my family may not like or semi-like that I do like.
Aha, good point. You like it. That's right. Good point.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think of what that would be, but I'm trying to think of what that would be to give you a specific item, but I can't really think of. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I can. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. International Delight makes a coffee creamer. It's called Cold Stone Creamery Creamer.
Yes.
A good friend of mine does not care for it, but I do. Another flavor that I like is Cinnabon. Yes, after the cinnamon roll.
Oh my gosh, I have to try that one.
It's in a light green bottle. I think I mentioned it in the past.
Yeah, you did mention it to me, and I forgot to get it.
I like it, but he semi-likes it. He's like, nah, it's okay, but I like it. So I'm going to buy it.
That's right. That's right. And that's true. You do count. Never forget yourself. I mean, I know we're used to always thinking of everyone. That's wonderful, and we should. But in the interim, once in a while, it's okay to treat yourself to something that you like. But getting back to butter for a second. Okay, now we've established that you can get butter at a better price right now during the month of November, and maybe sometimes in December too. But what do you do with that butter? Do you take butter, which can be expensive, and just use it just to grease your pan? Do you like put it in? Like I saw a dump cake recipe somewhere. I don't remember where. Everything was perfect, but it required a couple of sticks of butter on there. And I'm thinking to myself, can we swap it out with, let's say, margarine? Couple of sticks of butter. I'd rather have, let's say, real butter as a spread on my toast, on an English muffin, on a bagel. But that's me. Of course, you do whatever you want. But I can't see just throwing it in the frying pan just to use it for, I don't know, but that's me. Everybody does whatever they want. So if you're interested in eating butter more as a spread than as an ingredient inside of something that you really don't notice the taste, then you have to decide what works for you.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Okay. So, okay. Now let's get back to this a second. Yeah, the dump cake and the margarine. Yep, I mentioned that. Steve, you brought up that powdered non-dairy creamer. You don't recall offhand how much you spent for that?
Okay. I have a store locally to me, and I have found it cheaper, but I happen to be there, so I just paid the price. This is from a store called Save-A-Lot, and McDaniel's is one of their brands. That cost me $1.99, but I have been able to get it as low as $1.50. But it also depends on what store.
Wow.
What I like about the powdered creamer is I like the froth that it gives me in my coffee. That's one. It keeps my coffee hotter, and I was also taught a little trick to putting it in hot chocolate because it gives it a milk-like effect.
Oh, it's so good.
In addition, if I may, I think you might have been a little bit of a help to me on this one. One time I had bought some Progresso split pea and ham soup, and you told me, Steve, put some powdered cream in it, it'll emulsify it, give it a little bit of a different complexity. So I tried it, and
you liked it.
I did. It really changes the soup. It gives it a little bit of a different. I don't know if it makes it richer, but it changes.
It does. It enriches it. It's an emulsifier. I just want to say something. Here, and it boils down to this. Get products that are multi-use. That's a big savings. Non-dairy powdered creamer, huge multi-use, okay? Steve put it in his pea soup. I put it in my pea soup. If I make potato soup, I put it in that. By the way, if you make your oatmeal from the round container, not the individual, more expensive packages one, and you just like that creaminess, those cream ups, what do you think is in there? More than likely, non-fat dairy powdered creamer. Add a spoon of that to your oatmeal, your instant oatmeal, with a little bit of cinnamon and sugar. You'll be surprised and amazed how much creamier it comes out. And look how inexpensively you purchased that for. It was like somewhere between $1 and $1.50.
No, this one that I have here, I paid $1.99, but I have been known to find it as low as $1.50. Depends on the store I go to.
And I have seen copycat creamers like that in Dollar Tree type stores. So if you could get it there, yay. So I mean, non-dairy creamer is a bargain.
I got to jump in because you mentioned mentioned about oatmeal, doing the old-fashioned Quaker oats, or you can use store brand in the skillet the old-fashioned way. This is helpful for people that are lactose intolerant. Did anybody ever stop to think you can put coffee creamer, like vanilla flavored coffee creamer, or hazelnut, or amaretto? You can put whatever flavoring liquid. This is a liquid, of course, I'm talking in there, and it takes the place of two things. It takes the place of milk and sugar.
True. The hazelnut one. Yeah.
No, you can do it with the vanilla. You can do it with hazelnut. You can do it with whatever flavor you want.
So
Well,
all the flavored ones have sugar, but not the plain one, right?
no,
Basically.
the plain one is, you know, the like coffee made original. That's just
Exactly.
no.
No, I like that idea. You could reconstitute it. If you like the idea of something cooling down your coffee, you could take that powdered stuff and put it with hot water, prior to use, and just like make a bunch of it and put it in your refrigerator. You don't have to buy the liquefied one. You can make it yourself.
There's only one flavor of creamer I don't recommend in oatmeal. If you like it, go for it. I would never use the chocolate one in there. I would never do the chocolate, but you can do any other. There's a cinnamon. There's like a cinnamon toast crunch that they make by Coffee Mate that come out not too long ago. I've tried it. Gives it a French toast kind of feel. It all depends on what. But the coffee creamer, of course, you add it to your taste, and it works. And like I said, it's effective for those that are lactose intolerant. If you like milk.
And this is to my viewers, to our viewers. Jump in if you have any quick tips too. We'd love to hear from you, your quick tips. Thank you so much. Now let's talk about lunch during the week. Whether you work from home, whether you work outside of your home, in another facility, I have a really nifty trick. Yep. And it involves ground beef. Okay. So this one works for me. Bake a sizable. Oh, go ahead, Steve. Take your call.
Catch
okay,
up.
Good. This is just fine because I have to go over this. Okay, you can bake a meatloaf. Okay, make it to the size that fits your needs for yourself or whatever size your family, whatever. Bake a meatloaf at the same time with the same meatloaf mixture. Okay, so double this up. You can also get an ice cream scooper, and you can do all this at the same time in the oven and make your meatballs, okay? So one side will be your meatloaf, one side will be your meatballs. Okay, now, you bake these off on a Sunday, let's say, for example. I'm going to give you 5 different recipes, okay? The meatballs are its own entity in case you want to do subs, like meatball parmigiana subs. And those are very, very good and very, very inexpensive. Okay, so with the meatloaf, here are some of the recipes that you can make. Okay, you could, of course, the next day have meatloaf sandwiches, which is easy enough. You could take a slice of that meatloaf, let's say a couple days after you made it, and just, turn it into like the ground again and just heat it up and turn that into like a sloppy Joe. You could add barbecue sauce to that, or whatever other things, like maybe chop up a pepper, an onion, and add barbecue sauce to that and make sandwiches out of that. You can add, like I said, a mozzarella and tomato sauce for a Parmesan. You could do it either with the meatloaf or with the meatballs on that. You could take a slice of meatloaf on another day, and you could like grind it up a little bit. Throw that in with some cooked rice, flavor it up, season it up. Put that in a red or green bell pepper and bake that off. And you have stuffed peppers. I love stuffed peppers. I actually have to remember to do that. These are just examples. Oh, hamburger helper. Nothing against hamburger helper. It stretches meals. You can get them, at a good price. It's quick and easy, but you can make your own hamburger helper. Just buy a box of elbow or some sort of short type of pasta. And you could do that, and you could take that again, slice again that meatloaf, or if you have some meatballs left, then ground it up again and reheat and just add your elbows to it and add your other flavors. This is all from one generated meal that you could just easily, you're just assembling it and you're baking it. I have no problem with make ahead meals. This is what I wanted to show you. Invest in these. Okay. These are great. I really, really like these. These are, like storage containers for freezing. It just makes life easier. Like when I like to do make-aheads, pop them in a freezer, and you can nuke it, or you just take it out, put it in an aluminum tray, and then throw it in the oven, and you could, make some meals with that. So all good, good, good. Okay, so much for that. Just making sure you guys are still there. Okay, let me know that you're still there listening, because just in case I have any technical problem like before, I really appreciate it. Let's go to shampoos. Yay. Okay. Okay. A family member travels a lot and has over time gifted me with a collection of shampoos, conditioners, soaps. Collect them, keep them, use them. Excuse me. I understand that they may be slowing down on that in some places. I don't know. I don't really know. So anyway, so these are, wonderful tips and tricks in that area. But I do have a trick for conditioner. Okay, I do have a trick for conditioner. Two things you could do with hair conditioner. Okay, you can use hair conditioner for, sorry about technical noises. You can use hair conditioner for not just conditioning your hair. You can actually use hair conditioner as a clothing softener, like when you do your laundry. So you could put that in as a softener, as a, in a pinch if you run out of fabric softener. So hair conditioner does the trick with that. And I understand, I've never done this, but I understand people have been known to shave their legs with hair conditioner. So again, anyway, I'm not sure if I see you guys coming through anymore. So hopefully this broadcast is coming through. But if someone could just let me know that it is. Oh, okay. Carbs your life. Okay. Okay. Hi, Kimberly. Oh, good. Okay, good. I'm glad you're still there. A Motown girl living in a southern world. Oh, good. Cool. Thank you. You use Dollar Tree hair conditioner. Oh, okay. W. Sue confirms it. It is official with the world. That's really good. Huge bottle. Okay. I heard from a fellow tuber on one of their videos recently that I have not seen it, but it exists, but there's a bottle of VO5, I think, that in one bottle, it contains the shampoo, it contains the conditioner, and it contains some other ingredients. It's like 3 things you could do. Oh, body wash, conditioner, and shampoo. Hello. I love multi-purposeful products. That's what you use to save money. Let's see, put on my glasses. Hi, Greta. How you doing? Oh, okay. It's another one. Okay, unanimous here with the shaving. Cool. I love these sounds. Sorry about that. But anyway, it's cute. Yeah, so it's basically, you know what? Use up what you have. That's really what it is. Excuse me. Any other tips and tricks from you guys? I want to hear from you. Sometimes I learn since, last week, let me make sure, I don't want to say wrong names of channels. I wrote this down in my notes. So yeah, I need notes. I need my notes, my trusty notebooks, small ones, tall ones, trusty notebooks. By the way, I was a little surprised at something yesterday. My video yesterday about the frozen, the safety of frozen foods and the length of time we should freeze things, it could have gotten better response, but it didn't. This is, FDA guidelines, not Jan from New York City guidelines. So maybe you didn't like what it said, but the fact remains, this is from the Food and Drug Administration. So anyway, a fellow tuber, I'll say tuber, okay, for now, and I apologize. This was the coolest thing ever. What do you do with a rotisserie chicken? You could get a lot of stuff from, I love this, is too funny, smooth legs. You could get a lot of things from a rotisserie chicken. So this tuber had 1 cup left. They used it for other purposes. 1 cup left. Do you know what this tuber did? She turned it into chicken lo mein. It's very odd when I watch something and want it right away. So I watched that video last week and I just can't think of the name of the channel. I had written it down. If you're watching and you know who you are, please let me know it's from you. because I don't want to just call you a tuber. Anyway, but anyway, making a long story short, what she did basically was use that cooked rotisserie chicken, just 1 cup. And she swapped out, didn't have any Asian noodles. She used like a thin spaghetti. If you have thin spaghetti on hand, that really does work, because that's what I did. She took the thin spaghetti and she swapped it out for the lo mein. She had other ingredients. And when I find that video, I should link it up to the description box below when all is said and done. If you miss any live, pass the information on that. Eventually, this does come on as playback. So you do get to see it again. And hopefully I'll get to hook that video I'm talking about. So I made it right away. I did have every ingredient. And that's another thing when it comes to saving money. Suppose you see a recipe that you really love, but you don't have all the ingredients. You swap out and use what you have to your taste, to what your family likes, to what you have. Don't just go running to the grocery store for one single item. That is wasteful. Let me catch up on some of these comments. Smooth Legs, you are behind on videos. Hello, Leisure. How are ya? W. Sue, you're behind on videos. I wish I had, and I said this on my other live the other day. By the way, in case you missed it, I was on live interviewing Money Mom. So if you don't know that, I strongly suggest you go back to that. In addition, I interviewed Brandon Neely from Grandma's Wealth Wisdom channel. If you've not heard of that channel, head over to that channel. I highly recommend it for a lot of really, really good information. So getting back to being behind on videos, Wendy, I wish there was 35 hours in a day, because there are about, pardon me, about 20 tubers that I love to watch their stuff. And I just don't have enough time all the time to watch all of their content. And their content is so good. I feel really bad. So I try my possible best. That's all I can do. So if you're a fellow tuber and you don't always see me, do know that I love you. Do know that I respect your work. And I really, really do. And I recommend a lot of people. So as we go along in time, that's what I'm going to do. So let's see. Any more comments? Any more tips or tricks? Okay. Any more budget stretchers? Go with the rule of half and do things. Oh, wait a minute. How dare I forget? Pancake mix. My sister calls me the complete pancake mix queen. She said I ought to write a book about it. Well, I don't know about a whole book, sis, but I can consider writing a report or some information, do something about that. Please buy the complete pancake mix. It is so much cheaper. It's so cost effective. You don't need eggs. You don't need milk. Why should you go out of your way to buy the other one that requires milk and eggs? There is no difference in taste. To me, there isn't. I find no difference in taste. That is why 5-minute vids are nice. I'm sorry, I don't understand that, W. Sue. I don't agree with that. I disagree with 5-minute videos. I think if somebody's kind enough to come to my video, I'm going to give you more than 5 minutes. That's me. I don't watch TV anymore, just YouTube. Aw, can I blame you? Tony Ann Icolari, Frugal Money Saver, did the low. That was the one. Thank you, Tony Ann. Yay. Thank you. And I love that channel, and I went blank on a name, so forgive me. Frugal Money Saver. You know I love you guys. Adam, coffee creamers, they say it is bad for you, so I stopped using them. Adam, everything is bad for us. Everything. So sometimes you just have to use your discretion. Don't overdo anything. Our water, they say that's bad for you too. What are we going to do? We can't stop living. We can't stop breathing. But you can control the rate of, I mean, most of our food is like a science lab, unless you grow it from scratch and you put zero on it. So, but I do agree with you, to be careful. Some coffee creamers have a multiple amount, too much sugar in them. Stay away from that. Use your discretion. Today, we're just talking about some basic, money saving tips and tricks. Anybody else have anything you want to add to it? Because the rule of half, that's my favorite one. Oh, okay. This always gets to me. Boxed cake mix. Did you ever see those box cake mixes that suggest for you to add like a half a cup of oil, third? That's a lot of oil. And in my opinion, it's a lot of calories. You're wasting money. I have used the same recipe from those boxes, and I have added either 2, maximum 3 capfuls from the oil to that recipe, and everything worked out. I don't want to use a quarter cup of oil. I don't want to use a half a cup of oil. I think it's just too much. It's overkill. It's really not necessary. You'll see what I mean, for real. Okay. Okay. So that's it. Okay. So nobody else has anything to add to it? All right. A couple of announcements. On Thanksgiving Day, with the help of the good Lord, we will be back. I'm going to do a special Thanksgiving Day show. We're going to hang out. This year is a different year. And a lot of people, may not get to go places that they're used to going. So, different areas have different restrictions, whatever. But we are going to invite ourselves to your homes if you're there via live show. So Steve and I, with the help of goodness, we'll be doing a similar show like this on Thanksgiving. The only difference is we'll be talking to you on Thanksgiving, and we'll have some fun because I'm going to have some lined up games like trivia games on, various subject matter. And so bring yourself a cup of hot apple cider or sit down and eat your turkey with us and just hang out with us a little while on Thanksgiving Day, November 26th at 1:00. Should you miss it because you're busy doing other things, totally fine. You could always catch us on playback. These shows go right away to playback. Let's see some more comments. Kimberly, you can replace the oil. That's right. Thank you. Kimberly says you can replace the oil with applesauce. Heck yeah. Motown Girl, you can use, that's right, canned pumpkin or canned fruit as a substitute. Love it. Love it. That's great. Granny Prepper, out Thanksgiving, will link. Okay, yes. And for cake mix, yes, I totally agree. Those are really good tips and tricks. I so appreciate it. And to let you know that even though Steve had to excuse himself for a minute on a call, we both appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. Well, I guess I'll end it from here. I want to thank you so much for your time. And when I say on my videos, I really do appreciate your time. I'm not just saying that to blow smoke or hot air out of my mouth. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for being here. And I really hope that you come back on Thanksgiving. There may be another live in between now and Thanksgiving. So probably will be. But on Thanksgiving Day, November 26th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, I look forward to seeing you then, if not live, on playback. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Thanksgiving will be smaller group. Okay, cool. Love you too, girlfriend. Okay, bye-bye. Get over to the Long Run channel, 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, Eastern Time. I'll be there too. All right, everybody. I just want to end this properly, my most favorite phrase of all. First of all, thank you again. And this, of course, have a great day. Bye-bye, everybody.